This is Nicholas Burton doing the CSC4710 demo for the part 0 of the project, the Java web app. And I'm using the CSC demo we were given as a baseline to implement my web app. So the first thing I did was put an initialize button on the in the body JSP to initialize the database and fill it with up to at least 10 tuples as said in the instructions. And then when you click that button, it comes over to the initialize servlet and it executes the do post function. And here it executes the init function in user service. And here the init function executes the init DAO function in user DAO. And the init DAO function just connects to the database here. Then it creates all the tables we need. And if they already exist, it just doesn't do anything. Just in case you've already created it and you try to create it again. So we can see that there. And then I have this for loop and all these values. So this for loop just appends numbers to these values where necessary and creates all the tuples to fill up the database as said in the instructions. And then in each iteration it calls populate database with all this information, and that's back in user DAO, and that's right here. And it's just we connect to the database and we just insert all that information into each table. Okay, and then as I said, I'm using the demo we were given as a starting point, and I used the register and login functionality of that, and I created a table in my new database for this web app to handle that information. So that is done right here. So we have the login and register. And then when you log in, you come up to the new page that has an assign function, or an assign button rather. And when you click that, it brings you to this assign JSP page where it's just a form where you type in the paper name and the up to 3 reviewer names. Then you hit submit, and that'll bring you to the assign servlet where it initializes the do post function, and then it calls the assign function in user service. And we head back over there, and the assign function in user service just takes all the information uh, that was passed from the initial function and passes it into the user DAO assign function. Additionally, back over here in the servlet, I'm using the get parameter functions to get the information from the form. And back over here, so we go back to user DAO, and this connects to the database here in the assign function, and we're initializing some variables here. And this is all finding information from other tables that we need to fill up the new review insert queries. So here we get uh, the paper ID from the title we put into the form, and here we get the email from the name we put in the form, and that happens for each reviewer. Then here is where we insert the information into the review table, and this is just for each reviewer. And that's about it for actual changes unless I missed anything. So I'm going to go ahead and run it. Alright, so we have this. Looks like we're still logged in. Let me stop that and rerun it. So let me run that again. I think I must have ran the wrong page by accident there. Sorry about that. So what you do here is you hit init, it'll go away, and here's my workbench. And you can see there's actually nothing right here right now. And now if I hit refresh, you can see all my tables are made. And now if I go to TV user, which is where the login information is stored, username, password, email, I can look at all that information, and I have 10 different filled out rows because that's what the assignment asked for. Now I can use any of this information to log in. So I'll be John 1, PASS 1234. So we log in, and now we can use the assign button. So I click on that. Now, if we come back to Workbench, I can look at the paper. So I've just named them paper 1 through 10. So let's assign some reviewers to paper 1. So if and all the names are just John. So do John 2, John 3, John 4. And we hit submit. We come back to Workbench and we go to review. If we select the row, so we have the 10 tuples that were filled just by default, and these are the 3 new ones that were just made. So you can see there's a different thing or a different comment there. Then we have the paper ID and the example emails for each user I put in. And that's about all there is. Thanks. Bye.